We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we record this podcast.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Green Girls. Today is a very exciting day because we have our first special guest, Layana Franco, a social startup founder. She has a master's in business information systems and is super passionate about learning and sustainable fashion. Welcome, Layana.
Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Michaela. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
We are actually so excited to have our first guest. This is a very big milestone for us, and I feel like you fit into our sort of world very easily.
That's true. I think we met in this green world.
So the main thing that we love about you, Layana, is that you run something very exciting called Swap a Porter, which in a wonderful way deals with the rising waste of fashion. Michaela, do you care to take us through a few reasons why this is such an issue right now?
Yeah, definitely. So we've got a couple of statistics here. I'm going to start off with Australian-based. Now, Australians are very, very big shoppers. Apparently, we buy 14.8 kilos of clothing or 56 new items every year.
Wow.
Gobsmacking. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
That's shocking.
Yes. Now, I know on your beautiful website, you do have some statistics there as well. And you've also got some on the impact that you've made, which we'll touch on later. But I think for now, we kind of just need to cover why this is such an issue. Keeping on going with this, there is roughly 260,000 tonnes or 10 kilos per person that go to landfill each year as well, just from clothing.
Oof, my goodness.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. And those statistics was what made me think of switching to secondhand clothing. All those shocking numbers made me realize that this is the future for our planet. We can't keep consuming new stuff as we are. It's definitely shocking.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm sure that we've got a few more stats, but I do want to ask quickly, so is secondhand the only way that you shop for clothes now?
Well, secondhand is the main way I shop, I acquire clothes, but of course there are situations we can't. For example, underwear, shoes. For me, it's very hard to find good shoes that fit my size in secondhand shops. And sometimes we are after something very particular that we can't find easily. So it's important to know how to buy new items and when to buy new items.
That's a really good point, because I feel like I often struggle with feeling like I'm doing something wrong when I'm buying something new. But like you said, no way in heck is anyone even gonna buy secondhand underwear. I'm sure there's people out there who would, have a thing, but for practicality reasons, we can't buy secondhand underwear. And sometimes when you need something in particular and you can't find it, I have a bit of a guilt feeling, but I'm glad to know that I'm not alone in that situation. Obviously you understand the importance of shopping secondhand, but sometimes it's just not realistic.
Yeah, that's true. You need to be mindful of what you are getting, what you are buying. I think that's the main thing about sustainability and fashion. Do things mindfully and aware of why I'm buying this. Do I need this? How many times I can wear this?
That's a good point. I had a friend back in uni, and I think it was more so on the financial side of things, but she used to calculate how much each wear cost her for an item. So say she had a dress for $100 and she'd worn it, this many times, she'd be like, oh, okay, well, this wear only cost me, $20. And then the more she wore it, the less it cost.
Yeah. I've done that maths with a very casual top of mine, and I think it was one of the very last fast fashion things I bought. It was in Zara, and I think it was reduced as well to maybe $10. And because of that, and because I've literally worn it at least once a week since I've bought it, it's very cheap. It's like 4 cents every time I wear it or something now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yes, I will absolutely spend more money now on basics if I have to buy them, because I know I will wear them every time.
Yeah. And I think, well, now we should do the maths on realistic wearing as well. You know, I used to be a sucker for the fast fashion items that were cool and on trend, and you wear it once and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about how many times you are actually going to wear it, then you can also justify that purchase, because you think, underwear. You wear underwear every day. You're going to need to buy underwear.
And that's the thing. When you wear or when you use something very often, you need to try to get quality, a quality that's going to last, so you don't waste that your money and you don't waste the resources to make that item.
Very good point.
And I'm sure if you are buying secondhand, then you've got a bit more money to spend on making sure those basics are high quality, on getting good quality underwear that's not just going to totally disappear in the wash.
Yes.
Good point. Very good point. Yeah, when you save money with secondhand, you can spend that money in quality stuff. Yeah.
Now, obviously, we have touched on how much fabric is wasted and how much actual items are wasted. But also a good point to touch on is the amount that is used in just the production of things. So the textile industry also relies heavily on fossil fuels and other chemicals. Globally, 98, I believe that is million tons of non-renewable resources are used in the fashion industry. So that's including oil to produce synthetic fibers, fertilizers to grow cotton, and chemicals to produce dye. So when we are shopping, we also need to be mindful of the fabrics.
Yeah, that's very important. And even when you buy secondhand, many people now are getting concerned about the microplastic. If you buy synthetic clothes, the microplastic goes in your washing and go into the ocean, and where it ends up in us. Because if you eat fish, you're gonna get that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna get that back to you. So some people are concerned about the consumption of microplastic of synthetic fabrics, even if they are buying secondhand. So I noticed that some people in the platform, they are after more 100% natural fiber. For example, cotton, linen, and the quality is better. It's more comfortable to wear.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting trend. I do a very not so fun stat. Every single week, each of us consumes like a credit card's worth of plastic. And that's just from, food, drink, just like drinking a glass of water and you've got microplastics there.
Ew.
Gross.
I know, so fun.
Oh no.
Yeah, so microplastics definitely a big thing. We've got a gadget that arrived recently from a brand, I think it's called Girlfriend Collective in America, and they've made something that you fit onto your washing machine. So as your clothes wash, there's this filter that will catch microplastics before they go into the pipes. And we need to fit that to the machine, and then I'll be really excited to see how it works.
Yeah, I would be interested to see how much they promise to save. They can catch everything. Very interesting.
Yeah, I feel like it would be impossible to say it catches everything, but it must be a very, very fine mesh or something on the inside. Because I've got one of those bags that collects microplastics, and I'm yet to see it actually
do
with anything inside it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like I don't quite believe it works yet, so I'm excited for this solid filter thing.
Try the next
put
one.
it on there, like check it every month or something.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to see that there's a trend that you're noticing, Layana, in even secondhand, people looking for more sustainable materials, more natural materials.
Yeah, in the form where people upload the items, I make sure they tag if it's 100% natural, or if it's mixed, or if it's 100% synthetic. So I can post that, because I know people go after that. They go after the composition of the fabric, especially when you are into sustainability.
That's a really interesting thing. You know, if people, they all kind of go hand in hand. If people are buying secondhand, they do want to be more sustainable. And then if you look into the fabric side of things as well, a lot of those natural fibers we believe are more sustainable and they're comfortable. Like synthetics, I'm a sucker for synthetics. I always have been. But once you wear a pair of linen pants, your mind's blown. Like they're so much more comfortable, breathable, great.
And you don't even need to iron them. They look fancy.
Exactly.
Even when they are wrinkled.
No, we don't like wrinkles.
It's linen, babe.
Well, can we quickly touch on what is Swapper Porter? How do people use Swapper Porter? What is the purpose of it?
The purpose of Swapper Porter is to help Australian women to switch style, to try different styles without spending money and saving the environment. I realized that people they need to consume. People have this desire for new things, even though we say buy less. People have desires, people have feelings, and especially in the society we live with social media and everything, you are bombarded with new things all the time.
Yeah.
And you feel that desire, and I thought swapping would be the best way to make your wardrobe rotate.
So you can still get that taste of something new, but it's only new to you. Nothing needed to be made.
Yeah. And you can even get trends, because as you said, you bought something from Zara that you only wore once and you didn't want to wear anymore. Or sometimes you buy something that didn't fit well or you regretted that. It's a way to give a second life to clothes, but you know where they are going to because you are actually seeing the person who was getting it. It's online, but you know it's going to somewhere because you are talking to that person. So it's a community. Every time you upload an item, you get a token, and with that token, you can swap for anything available in the platform. The only cost is shipping if you don't live in the same town, in the same city that the person lives, the other swapper lives. So it was a solution that I found for the overconsumption of cheap items, because when you think of fast fashion, it's really, really hard to fight that because they are all the time putting new trends and a ridiculous price, like very cheap. And even if you consider to buy second hand, you're like, I can get a new thing for this price.
Yeah.
If you go and get a top for $10, you could go to Chain or H&M and get something that's new, same price or cheaper. So I thought we need a competitive advantage. So how can we fight those prices?
Yeah.
So make that for free. So you switch your wardrobe. That's the
So there isn't
concept.
Even like a sign up
for
fee,
me,
join up fee, anything.
Yeah, swaps for free. But I get into the issue how I monetize this platform. How I make it sustainable. So that's the next step that I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, it has to be sustainable for you.
I need to make it sustainable, but keep swap for free. I don't want to charge any money for the swaps. Because that's
really
the competitive advantage. Yeah, that's how we go around fast fashion.
That's really hard because obviously you're putting a lot of time and effort into this. You still need to have a living wage. You're obviously trying to do something good for the environment, good for other people, but how do you look after yourself at the same time? It's hard.
Yeah, that's why I decided to take these masters of business information systems, because the answer is in technology. So technology can help to harness the potential of those platforms with users, with data, and make money. But I need a big platform. I need a big user base for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool that like you started this on Instagram during COVID. And now you've grown. You've actually had an in-person clothing swap as well, which was so good.
Yeah, I really wish I'd got to go to it.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah,
actually
Chloe
funny.
got COVID.
Oh.
I was so sad.
Speaking of COVID. Yeah. But actually it was funny because I think Chloe passed on her tickets to some of my friends, and then two of my other friends actually won an Instagram competition to come. So they got free tickets. So there was a whole group of us there. And I was like, this is amazing.
Oh, what a fun time.
Yeah, sorry,
I'm gutted,
Chloe.
but
Just
I'm very happy
in.
that you had a great time and that you benefited from me not being there.
Yeah, sorry.
But I did join in when it was just Instagram. I think I swapped a few things over the Instagram stories. I remember that being such a cool way to run something. You did a really good job with it. And now I only looked at your website recently, last week, and I thought, wow, it looks really, really good. You've done an amazing job with it. It looks really user friendly. I am so excited to go in there and swap. And I can't believe that it is actually free.
Yeah, thank you for the feedback. I'm really happy to hear that.
Yes,
yeah, but
I love
but
the word scoin.
Oh, scoin, yeah. Maybe, who knows, that's a way to monetize. Let's create a swap crypto coin.
Maybe it's a NFT.
An NFT. Yeah, I have thought of so many possibilities. I think there are many possibilities, to be honest. I just need the time to focus in that.
So Swapper Porter, it's on pause right now, isn't it? Do you know when it's coming off pause?
It's on hold right now because I can't handle it together with my studies. It's pretty intense.
You study full time?
Spend the night without sleeping, doing assignments, so I can't focus on that. And when I do something, I like to do the best. I like to put myself, everything. You saw that in the swap party. I'm all in when I'm doing something, and that's not the situation right now. So I put it on pause, and I think I'm gonna be back to that when I finish my master in May next year. I'll be finally free. And
with some more knowledge behind you as well.
Yes, more knowledge for sure. More networking. For example, this afternoon I was talking to someone who does retail marketing, and she was giving me great insights to monetize the platform. And she was even offering herself to be a volunteer. And I get so excited when I get this response from people that really believe in the idea.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that must go on.
See, but you've just said it's on hold, but secretly in the background you are still doing a lot of work on it.
Yeah, clearly your heart is still there, still going.
Even my uni assessments, last trimester, I did 3 uni assessments based on Swapper Porter. Was my case study.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
So how, I mean, it's to do with business, I suppose. So how did you fit in your own business?
The master's is Business Information Systems, which is business and IT, and the subject was data analysis. So I was analyzing all the data that I collected from the users. So when you fill out the platform, when you join, so you upload where you live, you send the item, the brand, the condition, and then there are the transactions that are the swaps. So I got to analyze all those insights. So what's the state that swaps the most? All those kind of stats from the platform. It's very small, it is, but was enough to do the analysis. And my lecturers, they were really happy. I got HD.
That's awesome. Yes.
You go. Well done. You go, Glen Coco.
That's really impressive though, because you're studying, but you're still working on it. You're tying it all together. It's all benefiting each other. It's a very smart way that you're doing it.
Yes, definitely. The reason why I picked this course was because the startup. I knew that would help a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm always working on that. Every time people ask to have a meeting and talk about that, I'm always there because it's something I love. I'm more than happy to do.
Yeah, it's hard to turn it totally off. And
Yeah.
I want to go a bit off topic-ish because I know you're not doing everything right now, although it kind of sounds like maybe you are. But so how do you try to balance all of this? How do you therefore live a more sustainable life for you when everything is going on? Are there any things that you do that sort of ground you, keep you sane?
You mean what keeps me going?
Yeah. What makes it so that you're driven and not just stressed out of your mind doing everything you love?
That's a great question. Sometimes I ask myself like, why I'm doing this? I think this is part of my personality. I'm very self-driven. I love overcoming the challenge. I like to have a challenge and pursue that and overcome that and prove myself, yes, you can do it. For example, coming to Australia was another big challenge. I didn't speak English, and learning English was a big challenge. Being able to communicate, to be here and express my ideas, like it's kind of a self improvement journey. I'm trying to be a better person, not for myself, but also to make the world a better place. I believe when we improve ourselves, we make the world a better place. We learn and we treat people fairly. We are more empathetic. So I'm in this self improvement journey, I think.
That's amazing because I feel like most people, when they think of self improvement, it's for themselves. It's not like exactly what you said to make the world a better place. Like, that's amazing. I feel like I need to take a leaf out of your book.
Yeah, my goodness, learning a whole language.
Amazing. So when did you actually move to Australia?
It was 5 years ago.
5 years ago, and you're having a conversation with us, like, no worries, in your second language. Amazing.
Yeah.
I had Duolingo for 2 whole years and I learned 0 French, so good on you. My goodness.
But I consider that I'll never be perfect. It's my second language. There will be every day I'll be learning new words, new things. But I don't mind. That's what I said to the girl today. Done is better than perfect. That's what I learned with the startup journey. That it's better you do something and you don't care if it's perfect or not. At least you are doing, you're improving, and at some point you'll get there.
Yeah. It can be really hard to let go of perfection. I think even not to do with business, but in ethical lifestyle, so many people are like, oh, but I can't do it perfectly, so why am I trying? Like, I can't be totally zero plastic. I'm such a failure. I know I had that for myself for ages, and it's like a toxic thought to have. It doesn't mean that you get anywhere. Like, people think, oh no, I would be vegan, but I can't give up on cheese. It's like, well, you know, you can just go at the pace that suits you. You don't have to give up cheese straight away. If that's what brings you the most joy, you work around that and you tackle cheese when you can. You know, find a vegan cheese. It takes a lot of time to find a good vegan cheese. So it really does come into everything. What a great mindset to have. Done is better than perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to write that down.
It needs to be on our note board somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
On the Pinterest board.
There you go. Here's the pen.
Back to you. Swapper Porter, where does that name come from?
Good question. It was kind of a dream.
A dream?
Because most of my ideas, they come like a dream. Like, I'm kind of sleeping and the idea just come up to my mind. For example, the logo. The logo was in the dream, but before I had already created the name. So the logo was in the dream, but the name was an aha moment. I was having a chat with my former boss and his family, who was gathering for Christmas, Christmas party, and their wives were talking about Net-a-Porter.
Oh.
And obviously, I knew the website. It's very famous. But at that moment, when they talked about Net-a-Porter and the brands and the prices, I was like, I could call my platform Swap a Porter. because I know that net-a-porter is inspired in the word prêt-à-porter, which is French. It's a French word that means ready to wear. So back then, when they had the haute couture, before the prêt-à-porter, there were haute couture. And then fashion was becoming faster and faster. So they created these collections that were launched every season, and people could buy straight from the shop.
Ready to wear.
Yeah, ready to wear. Prêt-à-porter. And I was like, the concept is perfect because that's what I want. People have secondhand clothes ready to wear.
Yeah.
But I want also to make a reference that's online. So everyone knows net-a-porter. Everyone that loves fashion knows net-a-porter. And at the moment that they think of swap-a-porter, they will connect that it's online. That's something online. So that was the moment that I got the inspiration, was in this chat with my ex-boss wife.
That's so cool.
You'll forever be thankful for her.
Yeah, that's an awesome origin story. So, quick question for you. When you started this, you weren't doing your studies. Was it something that you just decided to do? So, did you have a business plan?
Yes, I did. So, do you want me to tell the story since the beginning?
I mean,
it's a long story.
How much time have you got?
Okay, I'll try to tell. I have told this story so many times. I think I can do that quick.
Okay.
So, everything started when I arrived in Australia. So I came with only a suitcase full of winter clothes. And after 4 months, the season changed. I needed summer clothes, but I couldn't get a job back then. What I'm gonna do? I can't buy a whole wardrobe. Right now, I'm broken. So my friend told me, go to the basement of our building, because there is a charity bin there where people dump used clothes. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. When I got there, I was like, what the heck is happening here? Because I found like amazing stuff. I was going to school, to my English course, and all my friends, like the rich people, like the rich students, international students, that were wearing like brands, and they look at my clothes and they're like, wow, I loved your outfit. Where did you get it?
Where did you get it?
Oh my god. Should I tell them that I got that from the charity bin? Probably they are the ones that are putting the clothes in there.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. How fantastic Seriously. To get those comments. Oh my gosh.
And I was like, when people start like giving me compliments on that, I was, maybe I could sell clothes, like secondhand clothes, because there's so many. But then my boyfriend told me, look, this is not ethical because those clothes are going to charity and they're gonna sell them to give money to charity. And I was like, how? Where? And he said the op shops. So that's how I found out about op shops, because in Brazil we don't have it.
Really?
So I went to visit Salvos, Red Cross, and understood, oh, okay, I can't sell those clothes.
Oh no.
But it's okay if I use for myself because I need charity, but I can't sell them.
Yes.
But that got stuck in my mind. At some point I needed to renew my visa and I need to pick a course, and I didn't know what I want to study. I came to Australia to do a master's in fashion because I have a bachelor in fashion back in Brazil. But it was so expensive. And I was kind of, okay, I want to stay in Australia, but I don't know what to study. And this person advised me, the agent advised me, just do business. Do you have a business idea? Because business is a course that you can apply to many areas. You can apply to fashion as well. And I was like, right. So I thought maybe I could have a second-hand business. And I went to this diploma. And when we got into the module of design thinking about problem solutions, they were like, what problem do you want to solve? You need to have a problem and then create a business idea around this problem. That's how I started to investigating the fashion overconsumption issue. I was already aware of that. I was aware of all the statistics that in Australia, every 10 minutes, 6 tons of clothes go into landfill. And I dig deep. I dig deep into that. I created like many solutions. I even tried to imagine a recycling plant, but I noticed that there was no technology for that. And Swap a Porter was the end result of this research. It took me a year to come up with the concept. And the concept was evolving because in the beginning I wanted to have that like a dating app where people could match clothes. But then I realized that would be a little bit harder. It would make the swap harder. So I moved to the token system. And it's still evolving. Like the idea is still evolving. Every time I learn something new, I hear something from people, I learn a new technology, I'm kind of shaping the idea. Yeah.
Constantly evolving. Yeah, that's an awesome story.
Yeah. So were you still studying then your fashion degree while coming up with this concept and then doing business, or was that your first year of business?
I did a fashion degree in Brazil. After my degree, I went to live in Angola in Africa. I lived there for 4 years. And after that, I moved to Australia to learn English. And I fell in love with Melbourne. I wanted to stay here longer. And I decided to keep studying. After English, I took a diploma, an advanced diploma in business. And now I'm doing the master's. I was like, all right, I got to this concept. I know what I want to do because honestly, when I came here, I was like trying to figure out my life. What I'm gonna do? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to study. I don't know what I want to do for work. I came here to experience and figure out things. And I found the answer in the bin. In the charity bin.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So good.
I mean, knowing that you're solving a problem that is to do with fashion, something you were already pretty passionate about, it seems like such a perfect fit for you. It really does seem like you will stay passionate about this. And how exciting that you're actually going to keep it evolving. It's never going to get stale. Yeah. I love that you're actually going to listen to people and the statistics and go where it needs to be. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Are there already ways that you think it's going to change?
Yeah, I have already some ideas, but I can't tell now.
Not yet.
But yeah, I have had many ideas for that.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm sure it's hard to wait.
Look at my smile.
I know. The pure excitement. You just want to tell us. I know it. No, that's okay. We'll be right behind you as soon as you announce or as soon as you make any changes.
So are you quite good at managing your time then? Like, do you have a really chock-a-block calendar, or do you just somehow know what's going on in your life?
I don't know if I can show you that. I'm afraid I'm going to disconnect this computer, but can you see that?
Are they what, chalkboards?
Yes, they are my schedule. I write down.
I love it.
Wow.
Can you see
so
that?
Google Calendar doesn't quite work for you. It needs to be
it works, but I like to be always looking at them. And also there is Michaela
my little note.
Heart. You remember that?
Aww.
I did. So I swapped something. It was a top that I bought that I loved, but again, just didn't know where. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to upload this. And Layana was like, I want this. So we did a swap. And I wrote her a little note on there's a love heart Winnie the Pooh notepad that I've had for years. And I was like, you know what? This brings me so much joy. I'm going to write on here. And
that's so
she's
sweet.
pinned me up on the wall.
Yeah.
So cute.
Oh my gosh.
The one of the first feedbacks that I got.
There you go.
That's so cute. I think like for any struggling student especially, or just to save money in general, like the idea of just swapping something and it being online, it seems like the perfect post-COVID option.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm really excited for whenever you do relaunch. I'll be on there nonstop.
Same. I've got
Even at
plenty of
my
things to swap.
uni, even at my uni, they offer me like you could do a swap here at uni and invite the students and everything. They love the idea. And there was a girl also from the community. She offered the restaurant of her father. If you want to do a swap, you can just go there, use the space for free. And I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, it's not
gonna
be for a venue.
Contacts.
We'll have venues. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, at least in person, there is more of an aspect of making some money.
Yeah, in person, at least we can get the tickets. But yeah, if the venue is for free, it's possible.
Oh, awesome.
And getting back to the question that I was replying about my course degrees. So I took fashion back in Brazil, a bachelor degree, then diploma and advanced diploma in business in Australia, and now I'm doing the master's in business information systems here.
All right, I have some fun questions to fire at you. Firstly, when you're not busy saving the world from fast fashion, what do you like to do?
Oh, I love doing exercises, running, cycling, everything that can spend energy, and also be in touch with nature. For example, I live in St. Kilda, nearby the beach. I love going there no matter if it's raining or sunny. I like to see the ocean and the cute dogs around.
Oh yeah, you'd see so many cute dogs there.
Live for the dogs. Okay, is there one, this is quite vague, like one quote or book or like TED Talk, like something that you wish everyone could see? What would you share with the world?
What I would share with the world? I think there are so many good advice out there. That one that I shared, like "Don't better than perfect," is a good one.
Yeah,
but also
good guiding words.
I can't think of a video, but an advice that I've learned like through many videos or books that I've been reading is to love yourself, to accept yourself by what you are. Like you don't need to become anything to be loved. You already are. Because sometimes we do so much. We want to become, like, I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to get a promotion. I want to be richer. I want to be prettier. I want to wear the trends of the moment because I want to be loved. I want people to love. But you don't need to become something to be loved. You already are. You were already born with everything you need to be loved. So I think if people start thinking more about that, many problems in the world will be solved. Like our insecurities, like we sometimes are like so insecure, like should I talk? Should I do this? Am I gonna suck at it? Like don't be afraid. Just be yourself. Just be. We are human beings, not human doings. We are here just to be.
I love that. We are here just to be. Amazing. Maybe we should have you on every episode just to give us some little, some wisdom,
pep talk
some
corner.
Life affirmations.
You are loved.
Human beings. I love that.
Oh, that is perfect. One very last question, and that is simply, big or small, what brings you joy?
That's a good question. Like, I came up with a joy routine for myself. Like, I don't want to think that joy is something that depends on others. It's something that I can create. So I thought, what would be a perfect day for myself? What should I do? So for me, a perfect day, a happy day, would be a day that I do exercise, I expend energy, I get in touch with nature, I connect with someone, and I do something creative.
Oh, I think I need to write all
and
that
I
down.
learn something new. So those 5 things, doesn't matter what it is,
Yeah.
but I need to do at least those 5 things to be to have a happy day.
That is a
So
day
if I
full of
accomplish
joy.
things that match with my values, like those are my values, things that matter to me, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think I need to give myself a joy routine. You really just sit down and think,
What a lovely
okay,
idea.
what actually makes me happy? And then you
Yeah.
do those things and it's just a constant cycle. I love it.
Yeah.
Force some
do it
happiness
every
into your
day.
life.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You have been a perfect first guest.
Ah.
What a great introduction.
Amazing. I know I've said amazing so many times this time, but I'm just like...
It's replaced the word absolutely, so well done.
Don't, I know. No, but in all seriousness, you have been really great, and we're so grateful that you have come on board to talk to us today. And we are very excited to see where you go, and we'll be following you definitely 100% of the way.
Yeah, the minute Swapper Porter reopens in whatever aspect that is, we'll be 100% behind you.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much, girls. I feel so happy to be sharing a little bit of my story with you and getting to know you a little bit more. Congratulations on the initiative. It's amazing. You decide to dedicate your time to that. I believe it's a passion project, like Supported to me. And I always love
keep each
to
other
support
motivated.
people who have these passions, those things that they do because they love it, that makes them happy. And yeah, we keep going. We support each other.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. But we're not here for the compliments, so we're like, oh no.
I mean, I'll take them. Anything.
Right,
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, take them. You deserve it.
Claps to all of us.
Nice. Good job, guys.
Okay, lovely people. If you enjoyed today's show, we would love it if you could leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or a star rating on Spotify or wherever else you listen to your podcasts. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at greengirls.podcast. If you'd like to follow Chloe on Instagram, that's at BeKindCoco. And if you would like to follow myself, Michaela, on Instagram, that's at Michaela Hoffman or at RetroKittyVintage. And because we had a special guest today, I think we should definitely share her socials. So if you'd like to follow Layana, that is at Layana Franco. And if you would like to follow Swapper Porter on Instagram, that's at swap.a.porter. We have also just started a Patreon. It is quite new, but you can look up Green Girls Podcast there and find us. But that is all, folks. Look out for new episodes every other Wednesday because on Wednesdays we podcast. We hope you enjoyed listening to our ramblings today, and until next time, remember, it doesn't matter if you take it slow, it matters that you take a step. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye! Boop, boop, boop. Yes, I did dance along to the music you can't hear.
I loved it. I looked at you and I was like trying not to laugh. I was just trying to be like...